Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We are back in the Ligier JS P320 LMP3 at Spa bike layout for yet another track guide. Now, if you're running the Open Series and you really want a setup for it, we have just the thing for you. If you want to check out our website, sambosetup.com, being shown in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. You can purchase setups for all the different Open Series available, including from now on LMP2 and GTP, as well as the new Porsche Cup. So check that out. As always, with the track guide, we're going to do a hot lap breakdown, and we'll be back in the cockpit one final time, the driving line on. So here we are, smashing it down the main straight. Getting over to the left-hand side, we're going to start braking just after the 100, braking up to about 70%. Going to trail it off down to first gear, really tight on there. Exit nice and fast. And now we're going to go absolutely flat out. Now, this is about 8 laps into the stint, so it is lower fuel, and it is obviously warm tyres. We can go absolutely flat through Eau Rouge and Raidillon. Track map hasn't decided where we are, never mind. As we come up the Camel Straight, and our next braking marker is going to be the start of the curbing on the left-hand side. We're getting on the brakes again, just below 70%, not wanting a lock-up. Lift as we go through there, back over to the left-hand side, just another lift again, now back on the gas as we come up to turn 8. And once again, we're going to be braking on the curbs, long trail off, down to second gear. Got to be patient with the throttle, over to the right hand side as we get to the curb, lightly on the brakes and back on the gas in third. It's my first time doing the bike layout. I did enjoy it. Now as we come into Pouhon, on the brakes only up to about 20%, down to fourth gear, back on the gas nice and early, just stay inside the track margins there. I was wondering if I'd make it. Right at the 50, braking up to again just below 70%, down to third gear. Little lift, tiny little dab on the brakes. Head over to the left-hand side. At the curbing, once again, on the brakes this time, up to about 45%. Back on the gas in third gear. And we're going to go absolutely flat here through the next 2 corners. So head over to the right-hand side so we can swing back through Blanchiment. And through chicane. It's not a chicane. We're going to head over to the left-hand side and we'll start braking at the 100 board. And again, up to about 70%, all the way down to first gear. Back on the gas, now a lift, and now patiently back on the gas. You don't want to spin there on exit. And over and across we go in a 2:11.8. Right, we'll do the breakdown lap next. Right, let's do this breakdown. Excuse me, frog in my throat. Right, first braking marker is going to be just at the 100 board that you can see on the left-hand side. So as we get there, we brake initially and around 73% there. Try and wipe all that speed off before we then trail in, down to first gear, just trying to hook our right-hand tyres on the rumble strip here on the right side without hitting the wall. Back on the gas. And now we want to get nice and tight to the wall over on the right hand side here. Now the correct line through Eau Rouge and Raidillon is here, just keeping the right hand tyres on the track. And we come up this way, just keeping the left hand tyres on the track, trying to avoid the grass and dirt on the edge of the rumble strip. And then to cut back across here, we can take some of the whatever the asphalt is on the left hand side of the yellow and red, or orange and red. Right, up the Camel Straight into turn 5. Track maps worked out where we are. Fantastic news. We're going to start braking at the start of the curbing here on the left-hand side, so as you can see. And again, I only brake up to about 65-70% in the LMP3. Getting back on the gas at the apex. And you may say, isn't it better braking later? Well, it is. But not during the whole length of a race. Your tyres will probably go off. Back on the gas here. Anyway, so 2:11.8, it's fast. Right, and we're starting to brake just before the curbing once again on the left, as you can see. And again, I go up to my 70%, and then it's a long trail off. So Still, at this point, I'm still on 1% brake. And now I start picking back up on the gas once I can see that sort of quarry up ahead in the distance. But I don't go up to full gas until I get to the exit and my wheel is pointing at the right direction. Because this is the bike layout, it means that you've got to basically, you've got to sort of ruin the exit of turn 8 to make sure that we can actually get into turn 9, because it's a much tighter corner. Once we get to the curbing on the right hand side, get on the brakes, only up to about 8% just to get that balance over the tyres, front tyres. And now we are getting back on the gas in third gear. When do we hit 100%? Not until we've sort of come off the curb. You can use the exit curbing. Now we come into Puon, and we're going to start braking just before the 50. So here's the 50. So it's, I'm basically just before the 50. I can see it in my left-hand triple screen. We get on the brakes up to about 20%, and now we're going to start picking back up on the gas just as we've kissed that apex curbing. And I get up to 100% only once I get fully to the exit, and I'm just keeping in the boundaries there. Right, we're going to brake at the curbing here on the left-hand side. So there you go. And again, I brake up to my usual 60, 70%, picking back up on the gas in third gear. Now I'm going on the brakes, only up to about 3 or 4% here. And again, not really to slow the car down, but just to ensure that we've got that balance, the weight over the front tyres. I went a little bit early, then had to go again. But because I did that little lift off, I should have just gone with it, to be honest. It was fine. I should have exited slightly further over to the right-hand side. Probably cost me a tenth. And now we're going to start braking just before the curbing on the left-hand side here into turn 14. Trail it off, back on the gas in third. Exit nice and wide. Absolutely flat here through the next few corners. Right, we're going to start braking just around the 100 board here on the left-hand side, so you can still see the 100 board. We're now on the brakes. I go up to a maximum of, 75%, and I'm still aiming for the outside of the corner here. I'm aiming for the curbing. Wipe it all off, down to first gear, making sure you are cutting the corner, getting your right-hand tyres over the rumble strip. Now, a little blurt of gas, and then we're going to come straight back off. And we're just waiting to start getting back on the gas in first. I was very patient there because I knew I was well up on my delta and I didn't want to screw it. And over across the line we go. Yeah, 2:11.8. We've got one final version coming up next with the driving line on. And I don't care.